Hey everyone, welcome back to RideZoneBikes. Today we're diving into a full in-depth review of the 2025 Honda CB400, a bike that has generated a lot of buzz in recent months. This machine represents Honda's attempt to bring back something special in the mid-displacement segment, combining the modern expectations of performance, efficiency, and safety with a touch of classic Honda character that riders have always loved. The CB nameplate carries a huge amount of history, and when Honda announced that the 400cc four-cylinder was making a comeback, enthusiasts around the world took notice. So in this review I'll take you through its key features, how it performs, what it looks and feels like, what makes it stand out, and of course the expected price range. This will be a complete picture so you'll know if the CB400 deserves a spot in your garage. Let's start with the engine because that's always at the heart of any Honda CB. The 2025 CB400 is expected to be powered by a 399cc liquid-cooled inline four-cylinder with 16 valves and dual overhead camshafts. That configuration alone sets it apart in today's market, because most bikes in the 400 to 500cc class are twin cylinders. The inline four gives a very different feel, smooth, rev-happy, and capable of delivering power in a way that feels refined and exciting at the same time. Reports suggest that the engine makes just over 50 horsepower, which might not sound like a monster on paper, but in this displacement category it's more than enough to deliver spirited performance without overwhelming new or intermediate riders. Paired to a 6-speed gearbox with a wet multi-plate clutch and chain drive, it offers precise shifting and flexibility whether you're cruising in the city or opening it up on the highway. Moving on to the frame and chassis, Honda has kept things practical but effective. The CB400 uses a steel and alloy mix for strength and weight management. The front suspension is handled by telescopic forks, and depending on the trim you get either adjustable or non-adjustable versions. At the rear, twin shocks with preload adjustment give a retro-styled but functional setup. Braking is handled by dual front discs and a single rear disc with ABS as standard in most markets, which gives confidence under hard braking and fits with modern safety expectations. The tires are sized for balanced grip and agility, with a sporty profile that works equally well in everyday riding and weekend twisties. With a 17-liter fuel tank, the bike can deliver an impressive range thanks to claimed efficiency of around 28 to 30 km per liter. That means you could get well over 400 km on a full tank, which makes it a solid option for both daily commuters and longer weekend rides. Now, let's talk about how this bike actually feels to ride. The character of the inline four means you'll get smooth throttle response, strong mid-range torque, and a top end that encourages you to rev it out. It's not a rocket ship, but it has the kind of sporty liveliness that makes every ride enjoyable. The chassis has been tuned to give neutral handling, so it feels stable yet flickable when you lean it into corners. The upright seating position strikes a balance between comfort and control, making it accessible for new riders but not boring for experienced ones. Braking is predictable, suspension is set up to be comfortable but not too soft, and the overall riding dynamics make it a versatile machine that can handle urban traffic, highway stretches, and twisty backroads with equal confidence. Design is where Honda has really leaned into its heritage. The CB400 looks like a modern classic, with a naked roadster profile, a round headlamp housing updated with LED technology, a sculpted fuel tank that shows off muscular lines, and minimal fairing so the engine and frame stand proud. The instrument cluster is likely a mix of digital and analog, combining a tachometer with the digital speedo and all the modern readouts you expect such as fuel, gear position, and trip meters. Small details like alloy finishes, chrome touches, and clean lines give it an aura of timelessness while still looking fresh on today's roads. Color options will include classic Honda schemes like red, silver, and black, each adding to the bike's understated but appealing aesthetic. The ergonomics are designed to be welcoming, with a moderate seat height and natural bar position, so you don't feel cramped even on longer rides. So what makes the CB400 unique in today's motorcycle landscape? First and foremost, that inline-four engine is a huge selling point. In a world dominated by twins in this category, Honda has decided to go against the grain and bring back a four-cylinder character that many riders miss. It's smoother, revier, and has a sound that twins simply can't replicate. Second, the bike offers a blend of daily practicality with weekend fun. It's efficient enough for commuting, comfortable enough for longer rides, yet exciting enough to keep you smiling every time you open the throttle. Third, it benefits from Honda's reputation for reliability, build quality, and global service network, which adds to long-term peace of mind. Finally, Honda is expected to release the CB400 in multiple trims, including a base version with simpler suspension and braking hardware at a more affordable price, and a higher trim with adjustable forks and more premium components. This opens the door for a wider audience, from budget buyers to enthusiasts looking for something extra. Now let's get into pricing, which is always a big question. Leaks suggest that in some Asian markets the CB400 could start at the equivalent of around $5,000 for the lower spec version. In Japan and other regions, a premium Super Ball-door variant could reach closer to $9,000. In other previews, numbers around $6,900 have also been mentioned. So depending on the trim and the market, you're looking at anywhere from the mid $6,000s to close to $10,000. That makes it competitive with other mid-displacement bikes, especially considering you're getting a 4-cylinder with Honda quality and heritage baked in. It's not the cheapest option out there, but it offers something unique enough to justify the price for many riders. Of course, no bike is perfect. The CB400 does have a few potential drawbacks. Servicing a 4-cylinder engine is more complex than maintaining a twin, which could mean slightly higher maintenance costs. The bike may also end up a little heavier than some of its twin-cylinder rivals, which could affect agility in some situations. Price sensitivity could be an issue in markets where riders expect more features at a lower cost. And for purists, the base version might feel like too many compromises if it lacks adjustability in the suspension or premium braking hardware. That said, these trade-offs are relatively minor when weighed against the bike's strengths. So to wrap it all up, the 2025 Honda CB400 looks like an incredibly well-rounded package that combines Honda's engineering expertise with heritage styling and a unique engine configuration. It's a bike designed to appeal to a broad range of riders, commuters, casual enthusiasts, and fans of classic Honda inline fours who want that same character in a modern, accessible package. With smooth performance, great fuel economy for its class, timeless design, and Honda reliability, it has the potential to become a standout in the mid-capacity segment. If Honda hits the right balance with pricing, the CB400 could attract a wide audience and carve out a strong niche for itself. And that's my full take on the 2025 Honda CB400. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit like, subscribe to RideZoneBikes, and ring the bell so you don't miss out on our next review. Let me know in the comments what you think about Honda's decision to bring back a 4-cylinder in the 400 class. Is it the right move? Or would you prefer a simpler twin with lower costs? Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time with another review.